want to talk about. Because I can't talk about that. I can talk about, his fiance.
Tell me about the baby monitor. Tell me all about the baby monitor and the.
Okay, are you talking about the female that lived in Reno and I know about her? I not personally know her. I got to know her. Actually, let's just move on because I'm sure you're going to throw in a bunch of conspiracy theory shit. And let's just move on from that. Because that one is.
I don't have conspiracy theory. I left the meeting 3 days ago with one of the investigative officers from Fusion. So I don't have, believe me, I don't. And I also can talk a lot about the settlement with MGM if you want to talk about that.
Okay. We can go there. Okay, let's move on to that, past that topic. Because I can go there, I just rather not. Because I'd rather not get myself worked up. I'm not getting paid anymore, so why put myself.
All right, move faster. Let's go, David. Yeah, I have other speakers waiting.
Before I got cut off there, there is a lot of examples of people in the alt-right extremists, a shitload of them, and we can just keep on pulling those up. So that does exist. But going back to this Fox News comment by the major anchor, I mean, what the heck? That is insane that he said that. Insanity that he's preaching that. And that is violence. That's
David, do me a favor, put a link in the chat.
Yeah, 100%.
Thank you. But David, I need your links. I have other speakers that have waiting. Thank you. Stan, how you doing, Stan?
This is from any further
Thanks for having this room.
Thank you for having patience, man.
Just a few points. Being somewhat familiar with Utah, I want to affirm what Abby said about people that grow up in southern Utah. They definitely, it's very hard potentially when you grow up and you're forced to go to a certain ward every Sunday and do certain actions, and you may decide to change your point of view, short-term or long-term, when you first leave your house. I'm not suggesting I know what happened here, but it's not uncommon for that to happen. But to go to what I mentioned earlier, it's well known that the frontal lobe develops for males, and the age fully develops around 25 to 27, and about 2 years earlier for women. But that's, as a whole, for each person, it's different. And the full development is not the same. That's not the same.
Stanley, you can say whatever you like, bro, and I'm sorry for cutting you off, but, bro, if you're 20 years old, you know murder's wrong. That's it.
Okay. As I was going to say, the full development does not mean that you're not, 95% developed at a younger age. I'm not an expert on it, but I did look up that fact. But what I also want to point out is, according to the American Psychological Association, transgender is not something that is a belief, but it's based upon how you are born. And ascribing that to being left or right may not be the best way to go. We don't know all this yet. So be careful on that one. I do realize that some people don't subscribe to the science, but I will also point out that science brought us these great supercomputers we have in our pockets right now that enable us to talk online. So to the degree that you want to refute science, maybe some of our advances only came from science. But my main point is that there are people behind the Trump movement that are trying to divide the country. They are trying to use social media and its current implementation to cause people to hate each other, to cause divisiveness. They understand the algorithms, and they're taking advantage of it. I will cite that, for example, J.D. Vance said they were using Carl Schmitt's stuff, and Carl Schmitt was one of the early political philosophers that existed in the 1930s. I didn't like the outcome of the 1930s. I hate what I heard on X a couple nights ago. There's way too much anti-Semitism going on, just rampant. No reason for that. And where we are right now shouldn't be being promoted by a small segment of people behind the current administration. You can see it in Vance's speeches that he's trying to promote that. And we can see what Mr. Miller or Stephen Miller said today, trying to suggest that there's going to be retaliation or they were going to go after people. Instead, what I think we need is we need to tone it down. We heard Governor Cox of Utah say something a couple days ago. I really hope that we can tone it down, and I hope that those that are behind the philosophy that exists for how Trump got to where he is right now.
I need you to land. Thank you.
Terry, this is
Jordan, hold on, Jordan. We got a bunch of people who haven't spoken yet. I promise to get right back to you. Let me do a quick reset. Guys, community conversations, collaboration. Will Charlie Kirk's death spark more violence? I say absolutely. Let me say hello to Jihadis, Rosette, how you doing? XG, good to see you. Shy, good to see you. Megan, Dr. Captain, always a pleasure. Ash, Rabbi Jen, good to see you. Guys, you have a pink ticket, please cash those in. We have great conversations in this house all the time. I'm going to go to the next speaker, Jordan. I promise I'll get to you. I'm going to go to my friend Matt Manzella, who I haven't spoken to in a while, and I'm always happy when you see him. Matty, how you doing?
Doing well, Jay. How's it going?
Man, fucking Jets suck ass, but other than that, I'm great.
I'm a Giants fan, but I'm suffering with you. That's all I can tell you. What I was going to say on the issue is there are a lot of events all the time. Nye earlier said that that the right doesn't riot when bad things happen. Most people don't riot when bad things happen. The Minnesota lawmakers were killed. The left didn't riot. McVeigh blew up a federal building. The left didn't riot. RFK was killed. The left didn't riot. There's a long history of not rioting, and there's 3 instances maybe in the last 40 years where there have been significant riots in the United States. I would say there has been violence from both sides for the entirety of my lifetime. And it's usually fringe people. It is always unfortunate. And the best thing we can do is take care of our neighbors and make sure people live in a good world, because people that live in a good world are less likely to commit violence. And I'll just end on that.
Thank you, Matt. Jason Voorhees, how you doing, man?
Doing good, man. Sorry about your Jets. My Jaguars got their hearts broken as well.
Man, I'd rather be a Jaguar fan, bro. But it might be
room over here. Okay. All right, man. Yeah, so I was just gonna say this. I think we always get caught up in the trap of like the finger pointing